All right, welcome to 2024. This is our very first week coming back from winter break. We have 4 days of school this week because New Year's Day was on a Monday, so it's ABAB. To start off on the very first day of class, we are going to kind of review some stuff. We're going to have reading time, a quick journal, on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to introduce the new unit that we're doing that's going to carry us out until the end of this semester. It's called the Career Research Project. I'm going to give you kind of the overview, the purpose of what it is, the instructions, and then I'll show you some examples. Then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to start brainstorming to prepare for it using a checklist sheet. If you remembered, we did a checklist sheet with our memoir project. I think it'll be helpful for us when we're doing our summatives, so we're going to continue with that method. So I hope you feel well rested. I hope you enjoyed your break. This is just a reminder, a sweet, gentle reminder to you to please put your phones away when you're in class. I know it takes some kind of time to get back into routine of things, especially when we're coming back from a longer break. But we need to be diligent about this because we got to lock back in. It's time for school, time to get back to it. So when you come to class, please put your phones away. So we're going to start off after we have reading time with a journal. You're going to get a piece of paper and something to write with, and you're going to respond to this question. At this moment in time, what is a career field that you are currently interested in? And I want you to describe what that is and why you are interested in it. Ideally looking for, I don't know, somewhere around 2 paragraphs on that page. So it's a quick little free write to help get our brain moving, and it's going to connect to what we're talking about today. So we are going to look at our new unit, new project. That is the Career Research Project. This is something that I had my juniors do last year, and I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of students really loved this project, not only for what it does for themselves in terms of getting more practice with research and seeing what other people do, but it's also just really cool to try to do some research about something that is genuinely interesting to you and is going to impact your life when you leave high school, no matter what you do after high school. So here is what it is. The project, you are going to research your desired career, and you're going to learn more about the writing, the communication, the skills, everything about that career. You're going to learn more about it, and you're also going to interview somebody in that field. You're going to compile all of this together in a presentation that you're going to deliver to your peers. So the purpose behind this project, a couple of things. Number one, it's an opportunity to research and learn about a career that genuinely interests you. I have found from conversations I've had with students in the past and then thinking about my own time in high school, specifically at your age as a junior, trying to figure out what you want to do post high school can sometimes be overwhelming and daunting. Some people know what they want to do, or at least have an idea, and some of us don't. And I feel like I owe it to you to try to help you with that while you're still in high school. So that's kind of one of the goals. Number two, this will give you ideas on different careers if you don't know what you want to do after high school. Like I said, some people know and some people have no idea. When I was a junior, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And by doing this research project yourself and then sitting through and watching the presentations from your peers about all the stuff that they're interested in, if you have no idea what you want, this might give you an idea. Maybe there's going to be somebody that presents a career that you had no idea existed, or you just didn't know the details behind it, and it kind of gets your ideas moving toward that thing. So hopefully that will be helpful for you if you do not know what you want to do. And then lastly, this gives you a chance to practice public speaking by presenting your project in class. This is something that I want to give an opportunity for at least one time in the year, and this is probably going to be the time that this happens. So if you have concerns about giving your presentation in front of the class, please come talk to me individually. I would love to have a conversation with you about it, but otherwise know that you will be presenting this project in front of class. So before you start researching, you need to start thinking in your mind, because this will be some information you include in your project. The why, the how, and the what. Why do you want this career? How do you believe that this career suits you and your personality? And what do you want to learn or work on in preparing for this career or career field. So here's what you are going to research. Couple of things, handful of things. Part 1, you're going to get some information to describe your chosen career. For some of the choices that we have, like for example, if you wanted to pursue a degree in education and become a teacher someday, in terms of researching what that all entails, there might be less research because you are a student in school and you've had teachers your entire life. So it's not a total mystery what a teacher does. Not to say that there isn't stuff you're not aware of, but versus being like a neurosurgeon, that might require a little bit more research. It depends on what prior knowledge you have, but you need to be able to research enough information to describe what that career is and what that is looking like in its field. And then also the education and training required. Do you need to go to college? Do you need to maybe not go to college, but go to some sort of like trade school or tech school or something to get some training? What required skills are necessary for this job? How many? What do those things look like? And then communication. What written and verbal skills are needed? What does writing look like in this genre? So, for example, you might not believe me, but writing is involved in every single job that you do. It literally does not matter what that job is or how vastly different it is from the person next to you. There's going to be writing involved in some capacity. It might not be what you are thinking of when you think of writing, because when I say the word writing, you might be thinking of like essays, but that is not what I mean. So you're going to figure out, what does writing and verbal skills look like in your chosen career field. And then the second half of the research is going to be technology. What kind of technology skills are needed for this career? The salary, what is the average salary? What is kind of the range? Maybe what is the average salary for Oregon, or maybe you want to live somewhere else. What is that average salary in the place that you want to eventually end up in? How competitive is the field? Is it hard to get into a program? Is it not hard at all? And then giving me a pros and cons list. What do you feel are the positives and the negatives of being in that career? Because I promise you, no matter what you pick, there will be both. And then the other big aspect of this project is an interview. You are going to find somebody in your chosen career field and arrange an interview with them to learn more about that career. You're going to prepare a list of 10 questions to learn more. What I really want you to think is, what can this person tell me about this job that Google cannot? You can learn a lot about a career and a career field through simple research online, but nothing is going to compare asking somebody that is in that job. You can ask them questions that Google just simply cannot give you the answer to, and it's going to be more unique. So you are going to be conducting this interview. If you feel that this is going to be a struggle for you, like you have no idea who to talk to, you don't know anybody personally that is in the career field you're interested in, please do not freeze up and procrastinate. Come talk to me, because I guarantee you one of two things. I know somebody personally that does the job that you are curious about, and I can reach out to them and ask them. A lot of the times when I in the past have done this, my friends and family that do these careers that people want to interview, they're more than happy to help. So please come talk to me. I would love to partner with you. If for some reason you cannot find anybody, and I personally do not know anyone that does the job you're interested in, and it's going to be near impossible to actually interview somebody, I have a backup plan, but I will tell you what that is if we get to that. So first, come talk to me if you're struggling, and we can figure it out together. Okay, here is a timeline of what this is going to look like in terms of bringing us to the end of the semester. So this week is the first week of January, and then we have the next week. This week and next week is your opportunity to learn about this project like I just taught you. You're going to be viewing some examples, you're going to be brainstorming, you're going to be researching and creating the presentation and practicing your presentation before you actually give it. The following 2 weeks after that are going to be to present in class. I would say on average, if you follow the rubric and the instructions and you're as detailed as I would like you to be, it's probably going to take each person a minimum of 5 minutes to present their project. And we have basically a class of 36, 35 people. So it's probably going to take us 2 weeks to get through the presentations. So that's what we'll be doing the last 2 weeks of January. And then during finals week, we'll have our own thing that we're tackling on finals week. Okay, so past student examples. Let's see here. Okay, yes, perfect. So past student examples, there are 4 that are linked on Canvas. You are going to look through them, and you're going to, for the 5 minutes that you look through them, kind of make some observations and answer these questions. What did they do well in their slideshows? What could they have done better? And what questions do you have about these examples? You don't need to, if you're viewing this online and it's past the day that we're doing this, like it already happened in class, you don't necessarily need to write down notes about it. I mean, maybe it might be helpful, but these are the 4. These are from students that I had last year. Very different careers, each one. You can click on it and look through and see what they did. And then we're going to talk about these things in class to kind of recap. And then to end class on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to use our checklist, which I will give you in class, to start preparing, going through and figuring out what we want to do, having conversations with me if you're stuck, and just kind of starting the brainstorming process. So I will give that to you in class. That is for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, gonna have some reading time at the beginning of class, and then I'm gonna give you an example. That is my own example. So let me pull that up for you. So I have made an example as if I was a student in class doing this project. And I'm going to, in class, give you this presentation and show you kind of what I'm looking forward to looking for in terms of public speaking. Because one thing that I really don't want to see when you get up to present your slideshow is that you're just reading directly off the slide and not looking at the audience, not being engaging. That is not good presentation. It's not good public speaking. So I'm going to model that for you. I can't necessarily do it in this video because I'm not standing right in front of you, but here is a quick view of the slideshow that I have made. I am, again, pretending that I am in your class doing this project, and my goal is that I want to become a high school English teacher. So why I want this career, how I believe this career suits me and my personality, what I want to learn and work on in preparation for this career, the definition of what a high school English teacher is, education and training, required skills, communication skills specifically, technology needs, the salary, how competitive the field is, what the pros and cons are, and then the interview, which there's going to be more added to this later, but I interviewed one of our teachers at West who happens to be a close friend of mine, and here's my works cited. So that is the example that you can look through. As you look through my example, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What did I do well in my slideshow? What did I do well in terms of presenting and speaking? That part will be easy to answer if you're in class. And then, is there anything missing? Do we feel like there's something missing at all from the presentation? And then we're going to end class on Thursday and Friday with some more work time. So make sure your checklist is out on your desk. After that day, Thursday and Friday, you only have 3 class periods to work on the project. So please keep that in mind and make it a priority to figure out who you will be interviewing, because I promise you, if you can figure that out, or if you work with me, that's going to make your presentation and your experience in this process so much better, because the interview is just one of the best parts about this project. So that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know.